according to the last email that I received from Mr. Evers, deserve the right to control their own bodies. Full stop. That shouldn't be a political statement, but with a radical Supreme Court and Wisconsin Republicans itching to strip women of their freedom, it has to be. As Trump handpicked candidate in the Republican primary won't even commit to not banning Plan B, even going as far as to agree he would ban abortion pills that are being passed off as a contraception. And all of my opponents support extreme abortion bans. Number one, if you're Republican and you're very conservative and you believe this shit, that we need to continue to do this and take away rights to women. Yes, AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, endorses Mandela Barnes for the U.S. Senate. Hell yes. Get Ron Johnson out of there. Here's a fucking surprise. Trump-backed GOP candidate in Michigan compared abortion to satanic practice. Seriously? A Trump-backed candidate for Michigan Secretary of State made comments in 2020 comparing abortion to satanic practice and child sacrifice. CNN's K-File reported on Monday. Christina Caramo, a community college professor and former poll worker who claimed to witness election fraud during the 2020 presidential election, made the comments during an episode of her podcast, It's Solid Food, in October 2020. Well, gee, right there. She has a freaking podcast. She wants some notoriety. She wants some free advertising. Blah, 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 blah. One hand washes the other, especially with Republicans. So all it is more or less advertising for her. Kamala Harris could break a record. Democrats wish she didn't have to. Really? So Miss Harris is on pace to set an unusual breaking the most high votes in the U.S. Senate. What? But many Democrats and progressives don't see the distinction as much of an honor. If this is what victory is, my goodness, guys, we need to want better for ourselves, said Trey Easton, deputy director of Battleborn Collection, a liberal advocacy group. As Vice President Harris has only a few prescribed in the Constitution, succeeding the president if necessary, presiding over the Senate and breaking the votes there. The later requirement enabled Democrats in January 2021 to take control of the evenly split Senate, raising their hopes that might be able to eke out legislation expanding voting access, guaranteeing family leave to new parents, and pouring money into combating climate change. Really. In fact, having mostly been needed to unclog the procedural gridlock. Oh, here's a great idea for you all. New public buildings must have separate male and female toilets, says Minister Equalities Minister Kellie says it was vital that women feel safe. Oh my God. And that their needs are respected. Really? The rise in gender-neutral toilets meant female users had felt unfairly disadvantaged and faced longer queues, the government added. But transgender rights groups argue. So the rise in gender-neutral toilets meant female users have felt unfairly disadvantaged and they face long queues. But transgender rights argue gender-neutral toilets can protect trans people from discrimination. Yeah. The rights groups say that along with other people who do not conform to gender binary, trans people can face intrusive challenges when using male or female toilets. One person says, I'm trans, so I've never used the school toilets. Gender-neutral toilets is fine. It really is. Whether male, female, or non-binary binary individuals use it. It don't matter. Oh my God. What you were afraid of? A trans person actually saying hi to you? How are you doing today? Blah, blah, blah. You know, society has literally got to get a grip. Hey everybody, this is just a quick note about what I saw yesterday, or actually over the weekend. I pulled a package of quarter legs chicken legs out of the freezer. There was 4 of them in there, right? And I looked at the price tag on it. This was bought well over 6 months ago, right? Considering today is, this month is July 2022. It was bought well over 6 months ago. Anyhow, and the price tag was like $3.36. And I'm like, damn, inflation has really gone up from that point on. Because that same package would be well over 20 bucks right now. Anyway, going on with oil from U.S. reserves sent overseas as gasoline prices stay high. From Houston, Reuters, more than 5 million barrels of oil were part of a historic U.S. emergency reserve released to lower domestic fuel prices were exported to Europe and Asia last month, according to the data and sources, even as U.S. gasoline and diesel prices hit high records. The export of crude and fuel is blunting the impact of the moves by U.S. President Joe Biden to lower record pump prices. Biden on Saturday renewed a call for gasoline suppliers to cut their prices, drawing criticism from Amazon founder Jeff Bezos. I don't believe half this shit. I really don't. I mean, for heaven's sake, the richer just get richer, the poorer get poorer. That's all it is. Gosh, a 63-year-old transgender woman is caught in Montana's birth certificate dispute. What happened here? At 10 years old, Susan Howard knew she was a girl, even though her birth certificate said otherwise. It wasn't until last year, at age 62, that the Montana resident came to terms with being transgender. Okay. Howard underwent therapy, hormone therapy, had gender affirming surgery, and began changing her name and gender on official documents. I'm assuming that that's not in the correct order, but all right. It has been a godsend for me, she states. I feel so right and at ease with myself for the first time in so many ways. So what's going on? So she has been able to change her social security card, driver's license, and pension accounts, but she has not been able to alter one crucial piece of personal identification, except at my birth certificate. Well, girl, why don't you change? Since you're technically a Montana born, you can easily change the passport. So Howard said everything's changed except for my birth certificate. That's the only thing hanging up. Everything else has acknowledged my gender, but they will not do it. Well, girl, why don't you do this? Why don't you get a passport? That's what I did. Oh, I stand corrected. According to NBC News, Montana is not following transgender birth certificate ruling. On April 21st, a judge temporarily blocked a state law that requires trans people to undergo surgery before they could change their birth certificate gender. Okay. In Helena, Montana, it's been a month since Montana judge temporarily blocked enforcement of a state that required transgender people to go under surgery before they could change their gender on their birth certificate. Oh, so this is a lot different than my state. And I'm in Wisconsin. And the state still isn't in compliance with the court order, the ACLU of Montana said. John Ebelt, spokesperson for the state health department, said the agency is still working with the Department of Justice to review the April 21st ruling and its implications. He did not respond to any of the email. Well, of course he didn't. We have continued to be patient in allowing the state time to comply with a court order preliminary injunction. However, close to 1 month has passed, and the state's willful indifference to the court's order is inexcusable. Okay. Wow. So Montana is among a growing list of Republican-controlled states. There you go. There's a number one reason why this stuff is not being taken care of. That have moved to restrict transgender rights, including requiring student athletes to participate in sports based on their gender assigned at birth, or making it illegal for transgender minors to be treated with hormone or puberty blockers. Oh, wow. Okay. To put it in, going back to 2017, transgender residents could apply to change the gender of their Montana birth certificate by filing a sworn affidavit with the health department. District Court Judge Michael Moses order requires the state to revert back to the process while the change to the new law is pending. Oh, Lord have mercy. According to the ACLU, the fact that the state refuses evidences its lack of respect for the judiciary and utter disregard for the transgender Montanans who seek to have a birth certificate that accurately indicates what they know their sex to be. Wow. OMG. Mr. Clarence Thomas. Petition calling for Clarence Thomas removal from Supreme Court gets 1 million signatures. An online petition that calls for the removal of the Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas has attracted more than 1 million signatures. The petition, titled Impeach Justice Clarence Thomas, was created on the public advocacy organization website Move On in May. The petition description cited Thomas's vote to overturn Roe v. Wade was as reasoning for this removal, or for his removal. Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, who sided with the majority of overturning Roe, made it clear what's next to overturning high rulings that establish gay rights and contraceptive rights. The petition read. The description also mentioned Thomas's wife, Ginny Thomas, and her role in encouraging members of the Trump administration to continue to challenge the 2020 election result. Wonderful. So Ginny Thomas is a part of this bullshit. The Supreme Court earlier this year rejected a request by former President Trump to prevent the release of documents related to the January 6th Capitol riot. Oh my God, this shit is in cahoots with Trump, because apparently there's some fucking damaging information on those documents. Thomas was the only dissent on the matter. Wow. He has shown he cannot be impartial justice and is more concerned with covering up his wife's coup attempts than the health of the Supreme Court. Then get the fucking bitch out of there. Seriously, get the fucking bitch out of there. Excuse me, Supreme Court Justice out of the Supreme Court, because apparently he cannot be impartial. It's no different than separating church from state. It's the same fucking principle. You know, that's the reason why we have separation of church and state. You know, the only reason why that shit was overturned, you know, Roe v. Wade was overturned, is because, you know, the conservative justices, 6 justices are conservative, go with moral family values versus the law. They're not separating the two. So how many petitions how many signatures do we need on the petition to have them extricated or removed? According to this, on what grounds can a Supreme Court judge be removed from office? A judge of the Supreme Court cannot be removed from office except for an order of the president passed after an address in each House of Parliament, supported by a majority of the total membership of that House, and by a majority of the House no less than 2/3 of the members present and voting and present to the president. Oh my God. So, we're fucked, because a lot of the Senate happens to be Republican. The Godfather star, James Caan, dies at 82. I don't remember him as that. I remember him as Misery, the guy Misery, Paul Sheldon, the movie Misery. That's the only thing really that comes to my mind with Mr. James Caan. He's going to be missed. Calling on all liberals, Democrats, independents, former President Donald Trump to appear in Wisconsin for a rally in August for the primaries. Mind you, in November is the actual election. So, having said that, think wisely, everybody. So the American Freedom Tour, it's more conservative based than anything else, lists an August 20 date in Milwaukee with the venue to be determined at this time. So be on the lookout, independents, Democrats, and liberals. Be on the lookout for this jokester. Please, if you want your freedom and you want your rights protected, watch this man like a hawk and all of his affiliates and congressional leader workers that go along with this individual. Well, here we go. Wisconsin Supreme Court chooses not to block Madison policy allowing student or transgender students to decide names, pronouns. That's awesome, I would think. So Wisconsin Supreme Court chose not to block a Madison public schools policy that allows students to self-identify their names and pronouns without parental permission in a 4-3 decision shared Friday that kicks the case back to circuit court. Justice Brian Hagedorn, swinging away from the court's conservative judges to write the majority opinion, said it wasn't appropriate for the court to rule on the policy itself and instead focused on the procedural issues of whether the parents who brought the lawsuit against the policy could remain anonymous. Hagedorn affirmed a Dayton County Circuit Court decision that ordered the parents to share their names with attorneys defending the school while remaining confidential to the public to allow for a fair defense. Hagedorn said any decision on the district's policy would rest back with Circuit Court. Basically, they wanted to go to the what do you call it? Circuit courts versus the Supreme Court. So thank you very much, Supreme Court, for pushing that down, because we all have the right, including our students. Good morning, everybody. I normally don't do this ever, especially for my podcast, but I find it very anointing and very, very distressing that GOP candidates, and I will be adding more as I go along, before the August primary this year. The reason I say that is because we need things solidified and done. This week alone, I will be sharing, following this video or this clip, will be of Tim Michels. He's still in the race. GOP governor assuming the position to replace Evers. Now, if you're for that, what I'm about to show you may surprise you, and it may, either way, you need to know. You need to know. Not only that, but if that happens, guess what? The Republicans are all going to get together and get, most likely, if not Trump back in office, or try to get Trump back in office, but get another Republican back in office instead of a Democrat, to basically destroy our democracy, number one. And number two, if that doesn't happen right there and then, guess what may happen? What may happen is that Keystone Pipeline will be a part of it. Now, whatever I show following this, you'll understand. If you have questions, let me know in the comments. I'm very transparent that way. Let me know if you agree or disagree. But anyway, I wanted to let you guys know about that. And following following this week, I will be putting together more or less, I'll be adding to the platform of the voting portions of it. Okay, yes, the voting portions of it. In other words, who's running and who I believe should not be part of it. Honestly, seriously, yeah. And it's all going to be based on facts. You know what that is, because that's what I enjoy looking at: the facts versus opinion. Well, facts and opinion. So anyway, I hope you take note of what I'm about to show you. Have a good day, y'all. Bye. Tony Evers raises $10.1 million so far in 2022, setting the stage for an expensive campaign season. Let me ask everybody, why do we have to raise money for a campaign when we really need to put money into society? I mean, come on. You know, we should literally be working, like, for all of the candidates that are raising money for this stuff, for being the next leader or resuming the leadership or the incumbents, right? What we should be really doing here's my philosophy, my understanding, you know, because everyone's got to make money, right? Fine, no problem. But, you know, why not put a discount together for, you know, like the ads on TV and on top of which the ads for circulars that we usually end up throwing away or putting in the recycle bin or whatever we do with them. So why don't we do this? All that money, at least a percentage of all that money, put it back into our economy. Tony Evers raised $10.1 million so far in 2022, setting the stage for an expensive campaign season. Incumbent is facing a general election race against either a well-known former lieutenant governor or a construction executive with enough wealth to personally finance a campaign. That's right. You know who that is, right? Tim Michels. He is the one that wants to take care of that Keystone pipeline that he was wretchedly stripped from back when Evers started doing it. So any Republicans that want oil taken, the majority of it, we're not going any further into the future. We're going to stay right where we're at. Vote for him. If you want to follow the tradition and motto of being forward with Wisconsin, vote for Evers. Keep Evers in office. Well, Trump's back in the news. There's a fucking surprise. Trump calls for decertification of 2020 election after Wisconsin Dropbox decision. Seriously, dude? Wow. After the four conservatives of the Wisconsin Supreme Court decided last week that the Dropbox for absentee ballots aren't legal, former Donald Trump again called for the nullification of the state's 2020 electoral college votes. He really can't admit defeat or concede. In a number of posts to his social media site, Truth Social, really, that's what it's called, Truth Social, Trump falsely claimed the decision renders votes cast via Dropbox in 2020 invalid. You know who called the decision a victory of Republicans and ordered Republican leaders to the state legislature, specifically naming Assembly Speaker Voss to do something for once about this atrocity. Well, of course, if you're going to speak to Republicans, they're gonna have the Trump effect. But hopefully, I imagine Robin Voss will take effect. Or like, hello, dude, they freaking won. Shut the fuck up and deal with it. Don't be a little boy like you always are because you can't get your fucking way. Grow up, Trump. He's still bitching about the fact that he didn't win. That's called the democracy, dude. You know, you can't literally buy or lie your way into the office. Well, you did the first time. So if your constituents are smart enough, and the rest of the world, the rest of the United States is smart enough. Hello. Well, according to this, it says Elon Musk says it's time for Trump to sail into the sunset by CNBC. I thought those were really good friends. Come on. Already entrepreneur Musk has more than 100 million followers. The celebrity CEO said, "I don't hate the man, but it's time for Trump to hang up his hat and sail into the sunset. Dems should also call off the attack. Don't make it so that Trump only way to survive to regain the presidency." Oh my God. Thank you, Baldwin, for introducing this bill. So, according to the Wisconsin Examiner, Baldwin introduced his right to travel bill to protect abortion against access for women. U.S. Senator Tammy Baldwin joined Senators Catherine Cortez Masto, Democrat Nevada, Sheldon Whitehouse, Democrat Rhode Island, Patty Murray, Democrat Washington, and Kirsten Gillibrand, Democrat New York, among other senators, on the bill to protect women's constitutional right to travel across state lines to receive abortion care. I don't know. What do you guys think? I thought, as soon as I read it and then I saw Tammy Baldwin's face, I just thought, great, wonderful. And then all of a sudden, it was like having a brain fart. And I was like, okay, fine, I'll continue. So it says the Freedom to Travel for Healthcare Act of 2022 will make it crystal clear that it is illegal for states to limit travel for abortion services and would empower the U.S. Attorney General and impacted individuals to bring civil action against those who restrict women's right to cross state lines to receive legal reproductive care, according to Baldwin's office. I have one question on this. Why do we care right now about climate change when we actually are still working on January 6th last year? It states more than 200 congressional staffers urge Pelosi and Schumer to act on climate or risk dooming younger generations. Why don't you guys get January 6th solidified on the books, get Trump charged, and move on to the next thing? In a rare move, more than 200 congressional staffers have sent a letter to Democratic leadership in the White House, in the House and Senate, demanding they close the deal on climate and clean energy pact, and warning that the failure could doom younger generations. Again, put this on the back burner, deal with January 6th, insurrection, and then come back to this. We've crafted the legislation necessary to avert climate catastrophe. It's time for you to pass it, the staffers wrote in the letter, sent to Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi on Tuesday evening. The letter, which staffers signed anonymously with initials, was shared with first with CNN. From State News, Seehofer.com. Republican law renews call for decertifying Wisconsin election results. It sounds like Republicans, if it doesn't go your way, we're going to uncertify you. Like a friend once upon a time told me, all for me, none for thee. According to this, Republican State Representative Tim Ramthun is renewing his call to decertify the results of Wisconsin's 2020 presidential election. Ramthun wants a special session to be called. He points to last week's Wisconsin Supreme Court ruling that absentee ballot drop boxes can't be used in elections. Well, dude, why don't you pay attention to the fricking everything that's going on. They're removing them. So Ramthun says that means all 2020 ballots placed in those drop boxes are invalid. Bullshit! That was 2020. That was 2 years ago. The only reason why we had it in 2020 was because of the fucking pandemic. Oh my god, dude. You just want fucking Trump to win no matter what. He says not a conspiracy theorist, but he maintains if the ballots in the drop boxes are invalid, that would be enough to hand Wisconsin's, that's what I thought, electoral votes to Donald Trump. Dude, you have no fucking case. Tim Ramthun. Who the hell is Tim Ramthun? Timothy S. Ramthun is an American consultant, politician, and candidate for governor, currently serving in the Wisconsin State Assembly, representing Hartford, Kewaskum, and neighboring towns of Calumet, Sheboygan, Fond du Lac, and Washington counties. So basically, the northeastern part of Wisconsin. He has Trump derangement syndrome as well. For the people that are lovely state of Wisconsin, look at this. So Wisconsin governor candidate won't rule out decertification. So if Wisconsin elects Michels, he is going to do his best, I'm paraphrasing here, do his best to decertify Joe Biden's 2020 victory. The only reason why he's doing this, because he's co-owner of the state's largest construction company, and he got pissed off because of the Keystone Pipeline. So he was asked about it, and he says, need to see the details. When asked if he would sign a bill to decertify the election results. From People magazine, Trump says decision to run in 2024 is already made, and now he is weighing when to announce candidacy. According to Trump, and I quote, I would say my big decision will be whether I go before or after the former president says in an interview. You understand what that means? Not necessarily. The question, in my mind, it's not the question of whether or not Trump will run or is questioning whether or not he'd run. In my mind, why would he be able to run? I mean, he cited an insurrection. He started it. I mean, we're having interviews on C-SPAN about the insurrection that happened last year. It doesn't make sense. We're even entertaining the notion of him wanting to run or possibly running. All it is fake news, as he put it. But it goes beyond fake news. It goes beyond what sells fucking newspapers, periodicals, magazines, whatever you want to call them. It goes to that. It goes to capitalism. It goes what sells. This comes from the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel. According to this, Republican Tim Michels pours nearly $8 million into self-funded run for Wisconsin governor.
Yes.
Can we say Michels wants to be governor really bad and turn Madison upside down? Ding, 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 ding.